This is the weekend project. That dripping noise you hear is money going down the drain. So we're turning the water off, and then we're coming in and trying to figure out how to fix the drip. Having not, I don't remember the brand of faucet we bought. I can't find a model number on it. So the lesson learned is the next time you do a bathroom remodel, inside the wall or behind this face cover or something, here I am trying to get the handle off, and it doesn't turn. It's part of the actual handle. So I'm thinking mineralization's got the little thing. I'm kind of thinking this handle has got to come out so that the other piece slides off. Turns out all you have to do is take that end cap off and then unscrew the thing. Now, the reality of it is, at this point, I was done. I could have finished the project in 30 minutes for $5 by just pulling this thing off and not touching any of the rest of the project. Instead, I took it all completely apart, thinking the washers were deeper in there. They're actually behind the cartridge, which you'll see here briefly. So now I've actually gone into the wall. This is where, either on that black piece that I just took out, I could have written the model number, the brand, the date of purchase, all the information that would be critical to me or a future homeowner being able to make repairs in the shower. I didn't do that. I also could have done it on the other side of the wall where there's an access panel where you saw me cut the hot and cold water off. And I know the yellow ball valve is for gas, and I used it for hot water. That was something else. So at this point, I'm still trying to figure out where the washers could possibly be. I've got to believe that there's a way to do it. Oh, that's a removal tool that I had that was too big, and I had to run to Home Depot and buy a new set of removal tools. Now, once that little piece came off, the cartridge just comes right out. Hi, Doug here. Been working on this thing, which has been running so much water through here that it fills a 2-liter bottle in an hour. So our water bill's up, and this needs to be fixed. So installed this in 2011. So you're looking at something April, so just under 9 years. And it looks like the design of this is neat. There's this brass thing. And well, first of all, I even went out and bought myself a whole new set of tools, because the one of these that I had was too big. Not even sure why I have that one. So now, if somebody needs to borrow a shower wrench, I think I have them all, or a faucet wrench. What are these things called? They're called shower valve socket set. So, pretty cool. All right. That there, and this here. So, come over here. This is what I've been working on, and you can see cold water, hot water, and it goes into the shower. The way it works is they have these cartridges, and the cartridge goes in here, and you see these two little holes line up with that hole and that hole. And then when you turn this thing spins to let in more or less hot and cold water. So it's kind of like, so I just went to Home Depot, and the guy said, yeah, everybody comes in and tries to buy these things, and we've got some generic ones, and you know what they end up doing is they end up replacing this whole thing. I'm not buying that. And one, I got to thinking about it, I'm like, this is not the problem. If this was the problem, water would be leaking out the handle. Water's not leaking out the handle. Water's leaking out of here, which means I need to replace probably these two washers. And if I'll replace those two washers, I'll be done. These turn, and I imagine that this same brass fitting probably has hot and cold handles here. I don't know. How would that work? I'm not even sure what these two things are. But I mean, this little skinny piece is fully open right now and I can turn it. So I imagine there's a valve in here that you could use to turn off the hot and cold. And then I took this one out, and this one is, there's a pipe in here, and this thing's fluted, and inside of it has another, oh, look at that, another twisty thing. Well, that's more of an indication that those two, that's from touching the washer. So yeah, if I replace these two washers, I bet my problem goes away. But in here, it's just it's really cool. I ought to pull it out and show it to you. It's just this silver tube that's got a whole bunch of holes in it, and then another silver tube that goes in that has holes. It looks like it can spin. I'm not really sure the purpose of this. But, and of course this changes the direction of the water from down to this, to up to the shower. Yeah, there it is. All right, turns out the washers are right there, and they are just these two little washers, one for hot, one for cold, that have springs in them, and the springs push the washers up against the flat face of that cartridge that you see standing up with the red and white on the counter. Turns out these are fairly standard at this point. I paid $4.58 for mine. I think I could have gotten them down to $1.38 according to what I was seeing online, but I was so frustrated at this point, I wanted to do anything. It took me 3 trips to Home Depot, 1 to Lowe's, and 1 to Ace Hardware to figure this out. I should have been able to do this whole job in 30 minutes for $4.58. That sleeve that I just put in on, that's all you need. Now, this faceplate never needed to come off. This fascia never needed to come off. That's as far as you need to take it. If you have this repair, just take the handle off, get the proper tool. Don't try using an open-ended wrench. Don't use a plumbing wrench. Get the proper removal tool that is the exact size that you need. Take that sleeve off, pull that cylinder out, put your new washers in, put the thing back together, and you're done.